And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Houston Astros. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, this ballpark's still among the game's best. When the roof is open, it feels like an outdoor ballpark, and then you have the shade and the cool when the roof is closed.
Yeah, and formerly Tal's Hill out there in center. You still have the Crawford boxes in left, a unique setback in left center field, which causes the left fielders to have to play differently, but there is a lot of character to this place.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about to get underway, and pitching in this game, Framber Valdez.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Marcus Semien, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Now Marcus, a career-high 45 homers in 2021 with the Blue Jays. He parlayed that into a 7-year free agent deal with the Rangers. And that one ripped to left. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
All over that one right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And here's Corey Seager to hit. That's in for a strike at 95, and it's 0-1. Semien stands at second with no outs. Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time to get him. One away and the strikeout. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, it's a good job of completing the strikeout at first base, but the one downside is it did allow that runner from second to move up to third, and that's with 1 out. They've got more ways now to get him home, and that makes it another strikeout situation coming up.
Wyatt Langford, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Curve in the dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2-2 now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
And now Jack Peterson. There's a strike. Ball 1 there.
That's a ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. And now the Astros go to work for the first time. No score. Back here in Houston, and starting in this one, Jacob deGrom.
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Jose Altuve, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. deGrom, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Makes the grab. One up, one down. Now we check out the Astros lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Isaac Paredes in the box now. No balls and a strike. Just missed. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One out, base is empty. Battling here as he fouls it away. Set down on strikes. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike three. Here's Jordan Alvarez. Fought off foul. Two outs, base is empty. Ground ball right side, and it's through for a hit. And now it's Christian Walker. That's down and in. Two outs. Outside with a breaking ball. Hit hard, base hit. So that's two straight two-out hits. And stepping in for the Astros, Yainer Diaz, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. That's in there. That's strike one. That one the other way, and that's the third out. Two left for the Astros. We played an inning, no score. Back here at Dyken Park at the plate, Adolis Garcia. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. Garcia, a former Gold Glove winner, 32 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Diaz down to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
Josh Young at the plate now. That's ball one. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a man aboard now with one away.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Next to hit, Evan Carter. Just missed.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
And now it's even up. Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
And the pitch. Carter checks his swing, appeal to third, and he held up. No score here in the second. Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And now it's Jake Berger to hit. First pitch outside. Just misses. Young, the runner at first with 2 gone. Ground ball up the middle. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
First and second, 2 outs. So next to hit for Texas, Jonah Heim. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
0-1's the count.
The next pitch misses. Ball 1. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Smoked on the ground to second. Dubon to first. Out number 3. Rangers leave a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jeremy Pena.
You always have to worry about the fastball when facing DeGrom, Boog. I mean, it's an electric pitch for him, and he's usually pumping it in at about 100 miles per hour, which makes him one of the hardest throwing pitchers in the league.
Right side, hard hit. Berger takes it himself. 1 up, 1 down.
Second baseman,
Here's Mauricio Dubon. And that drops in for a strike.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Ben Gamel in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ball popped up. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here in Houston, now it's the second baseman, Marcus Semien. Valdez back to work. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Here's Corey Seager. He's 0 for 1. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good eye in that spot.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Wyatt Langford, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time. Hit on the ground to short. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
And Jack Peterson stands in. And the first offering is not close. Semien over at second. Langford over at first with 1 away. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. On the board first, it's 1-0.
What an aggressive secondary lead. That ball was smoked to left. To be able to score from second, not only great speed, but great instinct as well.
2 on, 1 out. Adolis Garcia now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. To second for 1. Over to first. That's 2. Nicely done. 1-6-3, and that will end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. As we go to the last of the third, and now Jake Myers. Swings through that one for strike one.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Just missed. The 1-1 is fouled off. That misses, and that's ball two. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. This to third. Young tosses to first, and they get Altuve for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Isaac Paredes.
So next up for Houston, Isaac Paredes. Struck out looking at his first at bat. And there's a foul ball.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
Right through there for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Astros are down quietly. They're down 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Josh Young.
Josh Young.
And that drops in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
The other way. And foul ball. Going to count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Next one off the plate inside. 3 and 2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
To the right side. Slings to first, and one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers. Struck out swinging his first time. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
0-1.
Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
0-2.
And there's a ball. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
Two outs, base is empty. Jake Berger getting ready to hit. And that is out of play. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Rangers, but they're on top 1-0. And we're back. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
And here's the first baseman, Christian Walker. 1 for 1 with a single so far. This one in the air. Seager hauls it in, and there's one away.
Up next for the Astros.
At the plate is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz. 0 for 1 so far. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Alvarez leads off first with 1 away. On the ground left side, 6, 4, out, 3, double play, and the inning is over.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Back here in Houston, and now the catcher comes up to him, Jonah Heim. And that skips in the dirt.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
That one missed. That missed by a lot. Now 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Ripped to first, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's Marcus Semien. Semien, an all-star a season ago, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2011. One down, base is empty. That clips the zone, and it's 1-2. And that's down and away.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. That to right. Gamble should have this one. Puts it away for the out. 2 away now.
Now that shortstop,
Corey Seager now. The Dodgers made him a first-round pick back in 2012.
18th overall that year for Seager, Boog. And Carlos Correa, Byron Buxton, Marcus Stroman, just a few other first-rounders from that class. I'd say pretty solid group.
2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a double.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Now the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. First pitch swinging.
0-1's the count.
Runner at second, 2 down. That one blasted deep to right. That's back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. One left for Texas, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here at Dyken Park, now it's the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Oh, great stop to first. Nicely done for the out.
Great read off the bat by the second baseman. He took a perfect angle to get to this ball, knowing that he was going to have to dive to cut it off. Gets up and completes the play from the outfield grass. What a great job of picking up his pitcher.
Mauricio Dubon will hit next. First pitch misses.
Counts 1-0.
Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. Up the middle. Simeon toss over to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder.
Here's Ben Gamble. First time up was a pop out. That one ripped. Garcia really on his horse for this one. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Solid double down the line, and that was a pretty decent pitch that he just turned on. Not really out over the plate. It was inside, but he was more than ready to get that bat through the zone. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And here is Jake Myers. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Two outs and one in scoring position. And a swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
1 ball,
and 1-2.
strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in Houston, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Jock Peterson. Valdez back to work. Pitch misses, and that's ball one.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
And that's just foul. Not close with that one. The count now 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. 0 for 2 in this one. Backed off the plate that time. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that one almost hit him.
2 strikes.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Ground ball, Walker takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Up next for the Rangers, third baseman Josh Young.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Josh Young, 1 for 2. Just missed. Hard hit, left field, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the center
Evan
fielder,
Carter
Evan
stepping
Carter.
in for the Rangers. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. That misses, and that's ball 1. Two outs.
2-0.
In the dirt, blocked. To second, and he's out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Rangers 1 and the Astros nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Jose Altuve. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Way high there. And now 2-0. And another ball.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
This one in the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. With the tying run on at first here in the bottom of the 6th. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Off the plate, and now 3-0. Yordan Alvarez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Yordan Alvarez, the next to hit. He's 2 for 2.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
That one outside, and that is ball 1. Right through there for a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a curve is down and in.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Yep.
The next offering misses. Full count, 3-2. Christian Walker in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that'll load the bases.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
So bases all loaded up. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. Golden opportunity right here. Squirts away a little bit. Well done behind the dish. Activity in the Rangers bullpen. Mark Church getting ready to go. Garcia, a left-hander, also throwing. Altuve at third. Paredes at second. Alvarez on at first with nobody out. And fouled off.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
That one in for a strike, 2-2. Stays alive. Bases juiced, no outs. Swings and misses, struck him out.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. One out, base is full. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
So out of the bullpen for the Rangers, Mark Church.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And stepping in is the speedy Jeremy Pena. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2. The shortstop takes the ball.
Love how the guy out there in the mound did not panic after loading the bases. Went right to work, got 2 quick outs, and he's got to bear down just to get 1 more and get out of this inning.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run.
Ball 2.
2 outs. Bases are full.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Astros leave them loaded. They still trail 1-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Caleb Ort.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, 1-run game. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers. There's a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Activity in the Houston bullpen. Brian Abreu preparing to come on if needed. Scott getting cranked up as well. And that drops in for a strike.
0-2.
1 there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
And now Jake Berger, close but called a ball, and it's 1-0. Pulls that one foul. Out there to center. Myers flashes the leather on the running catch.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Heim stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
That's down and in. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Myers going back on this one. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Here is Marcus Semien. That misses the zone. Ball 1. That one lifted to left. Altuve. And that is that. Rangers lead one, but they lead it 1-0. Set for the last half of the seventh. Here's the second baseman, Mauricio Dubon. The pitch. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Garcia makes the grab on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Gamble swings through it for strike one.
0-1.
Line to left. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs.
Well, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base. Maybe even extra bases. No dice, though. A little unlucky on that one.
Jake Myers up next for the Astros. There's the strike. Holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile.
No ball,
and it's 0-2. Got him looking, and he did not like the call. Astros go down 1-2-3, and it remains 1-0. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Brian Abreu.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Well, 1-run game. Seager stands in now. And a foul ball. Abreu, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And now the count is even.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
And now 2-1. Next offering is fouled back. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. So Sieg suffers the strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. 1 for 3. And that's in there at the knees. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. In the dirt, 1-2 the count. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Brian King, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. And that is downstairs. It's 2-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Got him swinging.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Peterson stands in now, looks at that one inside. Next offering misses, and the count now 2-0.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
That one's in there. That's strike one.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Next offering is fouled back. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That one finds the corner. 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And El Bombi is kept in check with the K. One left for Texas, but they still lead it 1-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Robert Garcia.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball, strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Looking to get the tying run on base. On the ground to the left. Seager zips it to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
And next to hit for Houston, Isaac Paredes. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Off the mark there, and that's ball one. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Chris Martin, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Next offering in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One down, base is empty. And that one is downstairs. And the count's even at 2. And that's outside. Yordan Alvarez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
And the tying run is on base.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first. On to pinch run for Houston, Chas McCormick. One down, runner at first. Yordan Alvarez. Up next for the Astros, known for his late inning heroics. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Late swing, foul to the left.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And Air Yordan is grounded by the K. And the Rangers manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Robert Garcia won't go any further, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Chris Martin.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Christian Walker. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that one fouled off.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Over to first, and he's saved. McCormick off of first with 2 away. That one is upstairs.
1-1.
Swing and a drive deep right field. On a dead sprint, racing back, makes the grab on the run. And that is the inning. One left for Houston, still behind by a count of 1-0. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Taylor Scott.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now into the game, Zach DeZenzo. He's the new third baseman. Well, 1-run game. Josh Young digs in now.
Number 9, Zach DeZenzo.
And that's in for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan King, the left-hander, up and throwing. That one's upstairs, ball 1. And there's a ball. That clips the corner. And now it's filled up.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Out towards right center field. Gamble sizing this one up. Nabs it. And there's one away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Carter stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Next offering is in for a strike. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Swing and a foul straight back.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Fastball for a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot,
1 ball,
especially after
2
falling
strikes.
behind on a good first pitch.
2 down, nobody on. That one
That's
missed. And it remains 2-2. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. That's down and in.
Count.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1, 2, 3. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Rangers 1 and the Astros nothing. And we're back. Here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. What are you looking to do in these spots? You're down a run. You're leading off the inning.
He's not a power hitter, a guy that's looking to tie it up with one swing. So he's going to take and get into this at bat and try to get deep into the bat. Ultimately, however he can, get to first base.
1-run game, bottom 9. And that one in the air center field. Carter. And out number 1 on the grab. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism is shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
Pena at the plate now, and that's inside. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Astros down to their last out. And now here is Mauricio Dubon. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And that'll do it. Ball game. The Rangers claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.